Are you inspired or motivated? More about that in a moment. Hi, this is Non-Monogamous Mark, and I come to you with a video several times a week to help you to stretch and exercise your mental muscle to live a lifestyle that is ethically and consensually non-monogamous, that is on a journey of growth. And so we help you to be in a way where you're not getting stuck and you're not just stalling out in life or even going backwards in life with your health and fitness, with your finances, with your relationships, with your love and sex lives as well. And so I hope that you'll be tuning in to our videos, and today we're going to talk about inspiration and motivation. So what's the difference between inspiration and motivation? A lot of people get these two terms mixed up, and I went to the dictionary and wanted to have a look at the difference between these two. And you see, the definition for inspired or inspiration is to produce or arouse the action or power of moving the intellect or emotions. Also, to fill someone with confidence and desire to do something. And that seems to be that inspiration comes from more of a deeply rooted place. You know, it talks about action, or that it produces an arousal where you have your intellect and emotions impacted. And that's why I find myself these days inspired in the things that I'm doing. And I find more consistent results from being inspired. Years in the past, you know, there were times where I had to get myself motivated, or had someone else to get myself motivated. And you see, the motivation comes from almost from being pushed, where inspiration is like being pulled. And would you rather be pushed, or would you rather be pulled? Well, and so, you know, I haven't always been inspired. There have been many years. In fact, I had built my last company to be a very successful company, strictly based on motivation. You know, I was just motivated to make money, and I was motivated to accomplish things and what have you. But that motivation just required a constant grind of work, and it was a lot of hard work. And I find that through focusing more on inspiration, then by being inspired, I'm having a lot more fun, and the things that I'm accomplishing are coming to me in a way that they're just easy now. And so I find that that's the difference also between inspiration and motivation, is inspiration give you a life of ease and fun, and motivation gives you a life that's hard and can sometimes even be painful. And so, what would you rather do? Be inspired or be motivated? What's it better to do with people in your life, whether it be your boyfriend, your girlfriend, your husband, your wife, your son, your daughter? Or it'd be better to inspire them or motivate them? Well, of course, then that comes to, how do you do either one of those? You know, how do you inspire someone as opposed to how do you motivate someone? Well, I think that the key for inspiration falls in this definition here. When it talks about that you're producing an arousal of the actions that people take and the power that they have to get moving from a position of their intellect or their emotions. When people are inspired, it's not coming from external sources. It's coming from internal sources. And I think that to be able to have conversation and communicate more deeply with people is a way that you can inspire people. Whereas if you are just telling people, well, I always learned years ago, when you tell, you repel. Yes, you may get people to respond to you. You may get people to do things, but you know, really, you are repelling them. Whereas if you can take and help them to know intellectually and to know with their emotions that they want to do something, then that's inspiration, and it'll come from them. It'll come from within. It'll come from within yourself. Myself, I get inspiration by reading and taking in new knowledge and new information that inspires me because I'm building my skills. I also get inspiration through meditation. You know, I try to spend a little bit of time every day meditating, and just where I try to have my mind just go blank, because I have got a very active mind all the time. In fact, one of the things is it makes it hard sometimes to go to sleep, because it takes me hours sometimes to go to sleep because my mind just does not shut off. But to be able to quiet that mind for 10 or 15 minutes and just listen to any inspiration that may come. You know, generally when I'm meditate, I'll go ahead and I'll, throw out a question or something that I'm got heavy on my mind, and then I'll just work at clearing my head and just see what floats in at that point. And so that's what I get inspired by, is things that I'm reading, and also the people I'm associating with and the things that they're involved in doing. They inspire me from their life. And the things that I'm reading, the people I'm associating with, and also then the meditation I do daily. Motivation, on the other hand, that's something that when I used to motivate myself, it's something I'd kind of get myself up for, and it's psych myself up for. Or years ago when I worked for a company, we'd go to sales meetings, and you get yourself psyched up that way. And oftentimes, too, people will go to conventions and conferences, and they'll get motivated. But, how long can you stay motivated when you're being pushed? Imagine by pushing a car or pushing a boulder. How long can you keep pushing that boulder or pushing that car? After a while, you're just going to run out of energy. And that's how I found with my past business experience, is that by building it purely on motivation, after a while, it just cannot sustain itself because it just runs out of energy. But whereas inspiration, like I said, it's something I find that's fun and it's easy, as opposed to hard and sometimes painful. So if you got anything from this message today, then leave me a comment. Otherwise, if you want to know more about ECNM lifestyles and non-monogamous Mark, go ahead and click on that link, and you can go ahead and get more information that way. Thanks a lot.